Yeah. You were back on Whose Mic Is This, man. Hey, we finna get to that music in a minute, but before we get to that, Yucca Ben, man, I want to say this first and foremost. I want to thank Ye and thank Kyrie Irving because I know by listening to what you've been telling me and the teachings that you gave me, you know what I'm saying, it's really good to look into your heritage and find out where you come from because it really builds your belief in yourself and you know it's a lot of things, but just talking to the masses, because I know how people, the arguments, you don't have no arguments, you know, if you read the Bible and if you go through there and you actually listen to it and understand it, hey.
And don't start from the I mean, don't go just jumping through. You have to. It's very important to start from the beginning and work your way down, man. Start from the Old Testament, from Genesis. Please don't just start in the middle of the Bible and think you got it all and be jumping all around. No, man, no. You're gonna miss the whole nation.
Yeah. And then, yeah. And pretty so with that being said, talk about the two songs we just heard, man. I'm loving it.
Oh man. Well, I mean, first of all, man, that album did just release, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So, I've yeah, good. That's what's up, man. And I got a lot of youngsters, like I said, man. That's why I'm really trying to get out there, man. It's we try to promote this message through music, man. We are ministry, you know what I'm saying? But just because you read the Bible don't mean you have to be some type of some type of lame, or I don't know what's the new word from, you know what I'm saying, for that. You know, but you ain't gotta, that don't make you no square. It don't. You know what I'm saying? It make you educated though.
Right.
You know, so we just trying to awaken the youngsters with this too, man. You know, as well as get you know, the whole everybody, you know, familiar with it, and we trying to do it as many ways as possible. And we just so happen to be some musically talented motherfuckers. So that's one of the gifts that the Most High has blessed us with, man. So that's one of the ways that we worship in. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, I love it, bro. Let me get that. All right, so talk to us, man, and this is more about your upbringing, man. Talk to us about your childhood. How was it?
You know, I had a great childhood, man. I wouldn't say I grew up in the best neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? But my childhood was great, man. I learned a ton of shit from a lot of different kind of peoples, man. It made me the man that I am today, man. I met a lot of motherfucking people just coming up, you know what I'm saying? I went to a lot of different schools, man. You know, I went to like, let me see, 4 different high schools, 4 or 5 different high schools, bro, coming up. And doing this with, you know, see, St. Louis, we got city and county. I don't know if y'all familiar with how St. Louis is made up, you know what I'm saying? But St. Louis, we got the north side, we got the west side, you know what I'm saying? We got the east side, even though, yeah, that's a part of St. Louis too. You know, we linked up with them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? We got the north side, east side, west side. Well, I missed one, didn't I?
South side.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, you know, that's my stomach ground, though. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Yes, sir.
But,
South side.
yeah. You should applaud that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Straight up.
South
Yeah. But I was a kid, man, that went from North County all the way back to this motherfucker, back to the south side. So I'm familiar with everything in between, too. So as a child, man, coming up, I got family everywhere, bro.
Was you an artist?
Shit, yeah, you know, music not only was I an artist, bro, I learned this music thing early, man. Like I said, I went through a lot of different school systems, man. One of them school systems taught me, you know, I went through the band and shit. It taught me music, you know. So I don't just know how to rap. I know music, you know what I'm saying? So I got an ear for the shit. Yeah, so that was at an early age. I learned that too, man. It was,
Okay.
yeah, you bringing back too many memories, man.
No,
Damn.
that's what you're supposed to do, bro. Goddamn. 'Cause we want to know Yucca Band. We know all everything else, but
Yeah,
you
Yucca
know,
Band was in the band and shit.
Hey, so with being in the band, what instrument you play?
I started off as a trombone player.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I started off playing that trombone, man, and that's where I really learned like my time and then my notes and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I did that shit for about 3 or 4 years, man, until I heard, you know, the drums and shit.
That's hard.
Yeah. Until I I heard the drums. I was like, yeah, I wanted to do the drums and shit. So I became a percussionist.
Okay.
You know, so I wasn't just a drum player. I ain't know becoming a percussionist was. I thought it was gonna be a little easier than the trombone. Cause the trombone, you gotta slide that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the drums, thinking I can. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fun and shit. Not knowing that you got the bells and, you know, triangles and all kinds of
Like yeah, you ain't just hitting the drum.
timpani, you know, all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? You got all kinds of instruments that's dealing with percussion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, when I got into that world, oh man,
Was it good? You liked
yeah,
it?
that brought the artist out of me.
Okay.
Yeah,
So how many shows you done? Like when did you get into where you got?
I got into the shows, man, as a teenager. You know, that was one of the things I started in school, man. I was doing a lot of things in school, man. I was a part of these different talent shows, but it all, like I said, all stemmed from the band, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we started getting a little buzz and things like that, you know what I'm saying? But Brother Yucca Ben ended up, you know, having kids and shit. You know.
Had one of these.
You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I stopped fucking with music, you know what I'm saying? I still fuck with the music, you know, but I felt that raising a family was a little more important.
More important. Hey, you're definitely right about that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. All right, so for people who, because I don't want to stay off the subject too much, for people who want to learn more about their heritage, man, like where they from,
Mm-hmm.
like seriously,
No doubt.
you know what I'm saying? What would you suggest?
If you're trying to learn about who you are, go to scripture, man. That is my best advice for you. Because you're trying to find out who you are because you don't know who you are, your nationality. If you don't know your nationality, that means you 9 times out of 10 African American. Or one of the other 11 tribes that name that got changed that don't know who they is either.
Now, what about people who take DNA tests?
I mean, that's fine. They could take the DNA test, but I don't believe in it because, you know, it's too many. It's mother and father. There's too many variables there.
Right. Okay. That's true. That's real talk. Like, 'cause I took the DNA test. I couldn't. All I know is, 'cause I looked at it real deep, and then I was still researching the tribe. You know what I'm saying? The 12 tribes where they was at over in Africa and what was by the coast of the slavery. I was researching all that. So some of the DNA ended up in them areas. Or whatever they call it.
Now, if if you're trying to see if like you're connected to Abraham, you know, if you're Shemitic, because that's the big thing that's going on, the Semitic thing. If you're trying to see if you're Shemitic or not, well then you have to remember Shemitic only means that you come from Shem.
Okay. Is that a first step to almost knowing something, or is that
Well,
that's just not really saying nothing?
Well, because okay, Shemitic is very, very general.
So that's what I'm.
If you're not Shemitic, then you're Hamitic, which these are your what they call African nations.
So Hamitics are the African nations.
These Hamites, yes, Hamites, Hamitic people are your African nations.
So would people think that they from the Hamitics, or
Shemitic, Shem and Ham stayed close to one another, while Yafet went to the east. So, yes, on that land, Ham and Shem, your Shemitic people and your Hamitic people were very close. But they are not the same people.
right? Kind of. Well, I don't want. Yeah, kind of like Hispanic and like a Colombian and a Mexican. But not region wise. I ain't saying region wise, but just similar. Because if I say America and Mexico, would that be the same? Or United States and Mexico?
It'd be kind of the same with like United States and Canada, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. I can go with that. Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I mean? But
Okay.
the main important thing to remember about this whole nationality thing, man, because this whole awakening thing, you have to understand this awakening thing is biblical, man. This is biblical. If they're talking about Shemitic, if they're talking about Hebrew, then if the question is people of my skin looking at other people like I'm the real person, you know what I'm saying? Then this thing is biblical here. All right? This is prophecy starting to be fulfilled. People are starting to wake up. This is just like back in the day when people know as Jesus, when he was going out there talking about some, you know, don't be like these people. You know what I'm saying? Your father is different.
Right.
Your father got laws. We don't get down the way these people get down. He was out trying to wake his brethren up about the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That's what Yeshua was doing.
Yeah.
All right? And Yeshua didn't want people worshiping him. He didn't want people to go through him to get to the Most High. He wanted people to learn the Most High laws.
Right. And live by it.
Yeah, he said, I'm not the Most High. Don't fucking worship me. All praise goes to the Most High.
Okay. So that's what people. But I get that point, and I get the awakening. So that's all good. You saying the dialogue of people, because that's what it seems like people be scared to say. So can he say I'm the real Jew and you not? Is that what's wrong with saying that? If that's what it is, or if it's not what it is?
It's too much confusion right there. I get what's trying to be said because he's saying Look, now I'm not gonna do that because I ain't gonna say what nobody else saying. I'm gonna just tell you what the raw information is. The raw information is the nation. If we're talking about the nation of Israel, we talking about the Hebrews. What motherfuckers is talking about the Hebrews of back in the day of Moses' time.
Yeah, they talking about. Have you seen the documentary?
No, I haven't. That's why I'm saying I haven't. I don't look. That's why I might seem a little off with all this shit. But no, I ain't seen none of it because I don't get caught up in all that shit. Because the information, you have to know the fundamentals before you get swooped into the whirlwind and be confused by misinformation.
Right.
This is what this argument is about. How can this man be anti-Semitic if Semitic means
right.
You get what I'm saying? I just broke all that down at the beginning.
But they won't. What he has not said, like out his own mouth, is what he actually, like you saying what you believe in, but he won't say no more than that. He'll just talk.
That's
around.
Because this shit is biblical. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want no motherfucker. No. I know you ain't talking about me, but I'm saying what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm saying this shit. I don't want no motherfucking misunderstandings when it comes to the nation of Yisrael getting out there.
Right.
Because that's what the fuck is going on when motherfuckers talking about Semitic, anti-Semitic, when they mentioning anything about Hebrew and Jews and all this shit, then you talking Bible. Okay. You gotta be talking about the nation of Israel. If you ain't talking about the nation of Israel, then let's get that clear.
That's the point.
You see?
That's what people, if I'm a believer, so this the angle I'm coming at, people watching. So I can believe what you're saying, but then if I hear a star or somebody else that's speaking on the same thing, that's more like I want to hear more about what you believe, because you done brought it out, so I want to know, because that is,
and that's where it gets sticky at, because now you gotta expose if you nation of Israel or not. So and this is what I'm saying.
You don't suppose?
No, you do. This is why. Look, you can't. This is why I keep saying you can't talk about Semitic, anti-Semitic. You can't talk about Hebrew. You can't talk about Jews and not be talking about the nation of Yisrael. Now, if you're not talking about the nation of Yisrael, let that be known.
So that's what we need to know.
Exactly. So when you're talking about this whole from Negro to Hebrew, okay, well then I know that the Negro people, okay, well yeah, we, as far as physical, we are lost. We are one of the lost tribes of the nation of Israel. Yes, no doubt. Let's know that first. Let's know that first. If they teach you that your history come from slavery, well then, yes, you are of the nation of Yisrael. That's about like physically, you know, that's that outward circumcision shit I was talking about. All right? But the confusion comes with this inward circumcision part. And that's why when I get to talking, it might start seeming like, man, this nigga talking, he going off, you know. I'm not, because you can't forget about the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what makes the nation of Yisrael. So yeah, no doubt our people was asleep, just like back in the day when Yeshua was out there. We was living in Babylon, we was asleep. The Romans had us then. We was asleep. That's why he was telling us to get up out of that. Come on, learn about your father. Same thing Brother Yacobin doing. Learn about who the nation of Yisrael. If you referring to that book like from Negroes to Hebrew,
right,
Well, then, if you talking about these two motherfucking words in the same sentence, you gotta be talking about the nation of Yisrael.
So do you believe Ye was he actually?
And this is
That's
my
what we're talking about.
and this is my whole thing. If this is what we talking about, well, then we cannot leave out the law, statutes, and commandments. If we talking about, well, we the real Jews, well, then we have to know that Jew is short for Judah or Yehudi, which is one of the tribes that belong to the nation of Israel.
And you know that. So I know it's deep. So okay, that's something I had to ask you. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
What are they part of the lost tribe? Like what are their beliefs? Like
I don't know what they believe. I don't know what they believe in.
it seems like they believe in Muslims. They like Muslims.
So the Muslims, the Islamic nation, they fall under. They don't come from Isaac. They come from Ishmael.
Okay. They're still part.
They're part of the covenant of Abraham, yes. But the chosen seed didn't come through Ishmael.
Yeah.
It comes through Isaac.
So that's another part. So that's what, like, listening to your teaching, I know that there's levels to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But
the nation of Israel is definitely a set apart nation. We're not a worldly nation. We're set apart from the world. When I say a set apart nation, we're set apart from the world. We're not supposed to indulge in all these worldly things.
well, how do you not do it?
Well, I mean, what do you mean? How by following the law, statutes, and commandments? It's easy.
Well, not. It just seems like everything is goddamn.
That's not to say you can't. And like, what you? Okay, so worldly. What is worldly?
Shit, I don't know.
You know, okay, so that may be that may be
Worldly
may be the little
everything to
confusion.
me. Shit.
Worldly is sin.
So sinful things.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. That made me feel a lot more depth.
Absolutely. You set yourself apart from all that shit, man. Worldly is not worshiping on yes a bit. Worldly is not following the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Now,
Worldly is living by the laws of man.
okay, so can you ever be, let's say, can you be a person that believe that you are part of the lost tribe but not be? You know what I'm saying? Is there any way that could happen?
Okay, so to be of the nation of Yisrael. Now, let me make sure I comprehend your question right. Are you saying like
not a descendant of Abraham?
like and then still be a part of the nation of Israel?
Yes.
Absolutely, yes. Yes. Good. I got to understand. You can definitely be grafted into the nation. Absolutely.
Okay.
If you follow the law, statutes, and commandments, that supersedes it all, man. If you believe in the Most High, you have to understand one thing. The Most High made everybody.
Mm-hmm.
All nations. There's only one Alpha and the Omega, bro.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? So he want all of us to get this truth. you know, to get this love. He loves us all. The problem is some people don't fuck with him.
Yeah. True. All right, man. We finna wind down a little bit, but at the same time, I want you to get some advice because your people's here got Covenant Crew in the crib, Lil Swag, Rico, being Yucca being in this motherfucker, man. I know you about the youth. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk, and I commend you for that shit too. Cause it's what you doing is very, very important, bro. And I know you know that. I just want everybody who listening to understand that it's a way better way of thinking of yourselves and a way better way of doing things, man. And you can just tell by talking to Yucca Ben that it's in everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's all right to fucking feel that way. And it's time to start living that way because you see where America going. If you ain't seeing it, I don't know. It's been going that way. But back into it, man, I want to know before we get up out of here, and then I want you to tell them where they can find you at again. Because we got business to take care of.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And you killing it. We don't want to give them all at one time. Because you know what I'm saying? It's finna, I got a feeling it's on and cracking. You hear me? Real talk. But, hey, let people know, because I know how haters is, and I want you to get them right now. And let people know how you transition to where you at right now, where your mental at right now. Let them know how you.
Well, like I said, I went through a lot of high schools, man. You know, I had kids at an early age, man. I started mentoring at a very early age because I came from rough neighborhoods. Like I said, when I went to these different schools, these was, you know, not nice people. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people seen me, you know, grow up, and they seen me have kids. They seen me raise my kids. You know what I'm saying? They seen me as a single father doing things, man. And a lot of people, a lot of people got motivated off of that thing, man. And I've motivated a lot of men, man, to be fathers out here that I've witnessed. You know what I'm saying? But I end up taking myself through college, man, and through college, man, you know, it's a lot of, you got to realize, man, being a single father, man, it's a lot of mental barriers, a lot of things that you go through, man, just mentally. You know what I'm saying? But I ended up going through school, man, and I had some revelations, man, in college, man. You know, in college, they teach you things a little different. You learn not only like the history. I'm gonna just refer to the history class right now, man, and because that's what caught me the most, man. It ain't no high school history. You know what I'm saying? You don't just learn the events. You know, you learn, you know, the behind the scenes shit. You know what I'm saying? So I started learning about like the real Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? The real United States and things like that. You know, the real reason behind like these different wars and things like that. You know, so I started looking at history in a different light. So I started learning, like in school, I was like, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be more and shit. And you know what I'm saying? One of the things that the history teacher told the class, man, he was like, what's history? And you know what I'm saying? He gave us that thing, you know what I'm saying? And he gave us the whole semester to answer what's history to us. What's history? What history mean to us? But the answer ended up being history is who you are. You know what I'm saying? That history is who you are.
Right.
And I didn't get it back then. You know what I'm saying? It took me a long time after college to get that. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to college, man, I went to college for information technology, man. I got degreed up and shit and all that. You know, so I went through corporate America for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So your brother got educated. You know, but corporate America didn't like your boy. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't get the hood out of me still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As you can see, you know. But still, you know, I ended up getting enlightened by our brother, man, brother Zuya, brother Mentia, you know, shout out to them brothers, man. I ended up getting enlightened to this nation, man, and start learning, like, I would tell you the story, but that's another time, man. We'll be going, you know. But anyway, they enlightened me to the scripture, man, in a whole different manner. Like, you know, read the book, but not in a religious aspect, but in like a law aspect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when I start learning, because, you know, I'm fresh out of college and shit, learning this shit, and I'm like, you know, I'm finna see what the fuck they talk, because I ain't no dumb motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So, I start looking into like these different law words and shit, like registration, shit like that. What the real shit behind contracts and shit. You know what I'm saying? I start learning different things, man. Insurance and shit, you know. And then I start learning like our history, man. The shit fired me up when I was in school and learning this history in a whole different manner and learning how the United States did their thing with the Mexicans and now, man, the shit fired me up when I learned of like the reason about the like how they got over on Louisiana Purchase and all this other, bro. Yeah. And like slavery and shit, and I learned the real thing with slavery. Like slavery wasn't a bad thing. It only became bad when it came, you know, here. Because of the brutality that they did, the methods that they did, but yeah. So that burnt me up, and then I started learning like how the different laws against us, you know, how we started out as livestock, and we had to go through all these different, you know, they want to say Black power, you know, movements and things. No, man. We had to go through all these different constitutional type shit, amendment types, 14th Amendment. Come on, man.
A whole lot of them.
Come on, man. A lot of shit that right now our citizenship still ain't in stone.
They just voted on if we still get the vote.
Exactly. So when you start learning, like, motherfucker, you could become a slave again. Like, I'm talking about real picking cotton ass slave again. Yeah. You see?
It just happened.
See, the thing is, we have to get educated on who we are. And the shit burnt me. I know you can see I'm still burnt up, bro. And this is 20 years later, bro. I'm still fucking burnt up. You know what I'm saying? I'm on fire about this shit still because we need to know this shit. You know, we in a fairy tale right now, man. Yeah. But we coming up on the awakening, man. We are coming up on an awakening, so.
Cool. Hey, y'all motherfuckers stay tuned. Tell them where they can find you at, bro.
Man, they can find me Yisrael United every Saturday 10 to 2.
Yes, sir. Hey. That's on YouTube, Facebook. Y'all on Instagram too, right?
Man, all you gotta do is type in Yisrael United. I bet you'll find us.
Say it again.
YISRAEL. United.
All day, man. Hey, whose mic is this?
Yeka Ben, baby.
Hey, man, we about to get up out of here, man. Hey, it's been nothing but love, man. I hope y'all hit that knowledge and make sure y'all go to Yisrael United from 10 to motherfucking 12 p.m. on Yisrael United on YouTube and get you on soldierbyblood.com audio. Hey, man, we about to get up out of here, man. Peace.
Yeah.
We got the lines of children with tomorrow. Israel United. you